Wallenpaupack cross-country team has made the trek, and they're in studio with us right now. And I want to thank Stephen Brown for coming down with a couple of student athletes, and very good student athletes. And Stephen, welcome into the show, and thank you so much. Let's talk about all the success you guys have had as a program.
Well, thank you for having us. But yeah, this season's been very exciting on the girls and the boys side. Just a lot of great athletes that came into the season 100% prepared, use their summer training to really step themselves up and put themselves in the right direction to be where we are at this point in the season with a girl that's going to states through second at districts, and we have a lot of success otherwise with our girls at districts and our boys team winning as a team at districts to take it to the next level and hopefully make noise and shake it up at states. Those guys doing everything they could all season. It was very exciting.
Let's talk about the depth. Take us through some of those student athletes that have been able to perform on various courses this year.
Looking at the boys side, you say depth. We do have quite a bit of depth. You look at the district championship. Our boys being the top winners, and then even in the B race, our boys team in the B race were second overall out of the 30-some teams that were there. So, just anywhere we went, we were always focused and prepared. The guys they're student athletes, so they're smart. They're working hard, not just with their bodies but with their minds. Coming in every race prepared, knowing the course, having a strategy as a team to really execute and run well.
Stephen Brown from Wallenpaupack. He is the cross-country coach. And, Stephen, there's been a real nice tradition at Paupack for decades of long-distance runners. Tell us a little bit about your background there at Wallenpaupack and seeing this through, I guess, as a coach now.
Yeah, I've been at Paupack now. This is my 8th year. I am an import, actually, from the Lock Haven area. My wife is from the Northeast region, so got to give her a little shout-out. She really supports me in everything that I've done. But coming out here with a background with track and cross-country in high school for myself, I was never a standout or a star personally, but I'm glad that I've been able to do something special for this program here and kind of carry on the legacy that coaches before me, like Dan Nalesnik and just all these other great coaches that have done so many wonderful things with these distance runners and to carry things on.
And you have two student athletes with us. Tell us a little bit about Thomas Johnson and what he does out there on the course. And obviously we're going to talk to him about what he does in the classroom, which is fantastic. But tell us a little bit about how he competes.
Thomas is a steady guy. Nothing really breaks him. He's going to hang on, and if he's still hanging on at the end, you better watch out because he's as tough as they come. And that's just from an accumulation of years and years of hard work. I've been working with him since he was an 8th grader, so to see his dedication just year in and year out pay off like it has over his entire varsity career has been wonderful. So, and we saw it at the district championship. He was 4th, but he was 4th by a second, and he was reeling in Abington Heights' Dan Aronowski. If the course was another 50 meters, I think he would have got him. But that's a lot of Thomas's mentality, and he's just a tough runner, and he's not going to quit.
Well, great to hear. Let's check in now with Thomas Johnson from Wallenpaupack. And Thomas, welcome into the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're a very good student. Let's first talk about that. A 4.4 grade point average. You don't see those too often, but talk about your dedication there and getting the job done.
Well, I just do everything that I have to work. I don't let any sort of adversity get in my way. There's going to be things that I can't expect, but I just prepare myself for whatever comes my way, and if I wasn't ready for it, I'll adapt and I'll change the way I attack it.
Math and physics, two of your favorite subjects. What is it about those subjects that you really enjoy?
I just like the how logical it is and the way that you think about it, and how physics you can sort of just see everything around you, how it works in the world. So
let's talk about the logic and getting that kick at the end, and estimation obviously a little in there, and trying to figure out how I'm going to pick off a couple of guys at the end of a race. So tell us a little bit about your radar that you have probably inside that brain. You're working it, and then really a great mindset there to kick it in.
Yeah, it's really a mental sport, and having a way to prepare and have a mentality going into the race definitely helps, because when you're hurting, it doesn't matter how how much you really have left. It's just on a more mental level, how much you're willing to give.
Fourth at districts, Thomas Johnson, a senior from Wallenpaupack. Let's talk about your future endeavors. Electrical engineer. Are you looking at a few colleges? Did you make any decisions yet?
I've applied to Northeastern University. Hope I can get in there. That's my top choice, and I don't have any other places I'm looking yet, but still looking.
Well, I would be pretty darn hopeful you're going to get into Northeastern with what you're doing academically. Let's talk a little bit about your family and any other engineers in the family, or anybody inspiring you right now in the family.
My brother is going for nuclear engineering right now, so he's definitely smart, and he's inspiring me to go into the engineering field.
Got your brother Patrick, who's a 19-year-old, and what school is he attending right now?
Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Awesome. And let's talk about track and field. What are the events you compete with track in the spring?
I focus more on the 3200, but also on the 16.
Well, Thomas, congratulations on a fourth-place finish at districts. We appreciate your time, and the best of luck there in your engineering career.
All right, thanks.
Thomas Johnson there from the Wallenpaupack cross-country team. Let's get back to Coach Brown. And, Coach, we have a young lady with us today, and tell us a little bit about Jenna Schoenagel.
Jenna's another one of the people on the team that takes preparation very seriously. Coming into the season, I knew just from the first few workouts that we had run, she didn't take the summer vacation as a vacation. She, every day getting out, running the miles that you have to do to put yourself in a position to have as a successful season as you can. So, and I think that showed in a lot of her races. She was a girl that never really faded off of the pace. Last, quarter mile, half mile, she's chewing up the ground and catching a lot of people, and I think that's also just a part of her personality. She perseveres through pretty much everything. Just another one of these tough cookies we have on the team. That's kind of a theme of our team is all these people that are relentless and very persistent, and I think she kind of just is a really great example of those two words.
Well, Jenna Schoenagel, without further introduction here on the John Mendola Show from the Wallenpaupack cross-country team. Jenna, let's talk a little bit about being you and being a good athlete and a very good student. We'll get to the student part coming up, but what's it like to be a long-distance runner?
Well, in the beginning of the year, like Coach Brown said, in the summer, I had to work all summer long. Every day I was getting out, doing my runs, and really preparing. At the end of last year, I decided, this cross-country season, it's my senior year. I want to do the best I possibly could. So every single day, that was my inspiration. I got out during the summer, did my long runs, and then really focused during the season at every practice just to run as best I could that day.
And, of course, you did a couple sports. Let's talk about track and softball, a couple sports you have done or are going to do coming up. What is it about those sports you enjoy?
It's basically the team mentality, like everything, like with cross-country and running and everything. Track and cross-country, they're kind of a personal sport, like you do the best you can possibly do, but then you're also helping your team. Softball was the same way. You can obviously do, if the ball gets hit to you, you do what you can do to help the team, but it's on you to do that part of the sport. So I really enjoy that kind of thing, where it's kind of yourself, but also you're helping the team too.
Well, you're musically inclined. Let's talk about what you do there.
Yeah, so I'm in the band at my high school, and then during the summer, on the weekends, I also participate in drum and bugle corps. I'm in the cadets too. I've been in that for 2 years, and last year I was the baritone section leader, so that's really a big part of my life. I really enjoy doing that, and that's pretty much it. In 2016, we were actually the world champion for the DCA, so that was awesome.
Wow. World champion, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, so it's really fun, though. I enjoy it. My best friends are there, so it's awesome.
Well, I can see your dedication. The classroom's a 4.25 GPA. The goal, Penn State, Maine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My sister actually attends Penn State, Maine right now. I've visited several times. I really enjoy the campus, and the atmosphere is really great.
And music education. Tell us a little bit about what you'd like to do with that.
Yeah, so with being a section leader in the cadets too, I kind of got to teach people how the drum corps works and everything like that, and it really got me into interested in being able to teach people what I know and what I love to do.
Well, it's great to hear this running thing. I guess we have to talk a little bit about it. You were 13th at districts. You love to compete against a rival team like Honesdale. Talk about the team overall and some of the good student athletes, whether it's the guys or the girls there at Wallenpaupack.
Yeah, so my best friend, Sam Kiliani, she's also on the soccer team, so she's not always at all of our cross-country meets when there's a soccer game at the same time. But she's our number one runner. She's my best friend, and I really look up to her. She's a leader. I mean, just the way she perseveres through everything with having a soccer game, then a cross-country race, and then a soccer game the next day. It's just really impressive to me the way she can handle it all.
Well, it's awesome to hear your story, and it sounds like you got a great plan, much like your teammate over there, Thomas Johnson. We appreciate your time, Jenna.
Thank you very much.
All right, and Stephen Brown, you couldn't be more blessed than to have a couple of student athletes like this, and there's many more there at Wallenpaupack that are doing the job in the classroom and out there on the course, right?
That is absolutely true, and that's actually why we were planning on having a few more individuals with us, but they're just so involved and so dedicated to everything else that they do at the school, and it's hard to find a cross-country athlete that isn't doing a little bit of everything. And just like Jenna said, having Sam Kiliani, who plays soccer, and she's on the team, and she does band, and there's just, the list could go on and on for all of these kids. So to have a collection of them, and you get to work with them, it just makes you very happy and very proud as a coach.
Well, Stephen, we appreciate you sharing your positive stories there at Wallenpaupack with, of course, Jenna and Stephen, and Thomas, and we hope to talk to you again in the very near future. And good luck at the next level next week, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Stephen Brown joining us, the head coach there. Again, Thomas Johnson, an excellent student, and as well as Jenna Schoenagel here on the John Mendola Show, and big plans for both of them at the next step after high school. We come back here on the show. We're going to talk a lot of college athletics. We've got some field hockey and basketball and ice hockey. You name it, we'll shuffle it all around. Want to thank our friends at Mendocino's Italian Specialties, located on Sanderson Avenue in Scranton. You could follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. Follow us online, thejohnmendolashow.com. Couple stories up already today. Again, join us on thejohnmendolashow.com. We got the Kings College men's ice hockey team interviews up there, as well as the Lackawanna College football team interviews. Again, they are out in Illinois today, and the Falcons will play DuPage, who are a pretty good football team. Let's take a time out now. Let's head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Frank Sorokach break. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokach is there. We'll be back in WILK.